computer engineer by training. I worked on the IBM Watson team way back in the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Watson.
There's a lot of language training that has to go into that, so we spent a lot of time teaching the computer how to think through words and how to understand our language in a way that's actually quite unnatural for it. And now I work mostly on image analysis AI, which is a little bit different, but some of the principles are the same, and the field has advanced a lot in the past 10 years, so it's really exciting to work on what we're doing. When you're young or little, you see a cat for the first time, and then somebody tells you, oh, that's a cat, and then you see another cat, and from then on your brain has this amazing ability to abstract and see what a cat is for the rest of your life. In computers, we're trying to get that kind of inference or that ability to detect any cat in the world or any cancer in the world in a very similar way. And it's so much harder when you're when you're teaching a computer to think through that. And we use a similar structure in AI to the human brain in that we're using these neural networks so that it can learn to detect the pattern or the relationships more so than saying, oh, I've seen this exact cancer before, because no two cancers look alike. And so you have to teach the AI that level of human abstraction or pattern detection that computers also don't naturally have, just like they don't have natural language abilities. We just completed a study where we analyzed 5 different cancer lines, melanoma being the most important. And the reality is that we're 99% plus on our recent study on detecting melanoma over 30,000 plus samples that we looked at. I went into our dermatologist actually as a client more than anything, and was talking to them, and I said, well, let's go ahead and have a visit. And he said, oh, that's a really small spot. And I said, well, biopsy it. We need the volume. And it ended up going through our labs, and I genuinely thought it was going to be something benign, or nothing to be concerned about. And so we processed the tissue in our labs, we digitized the image, and the AI, found a melanoma retrospectively. The doctors also found the melanoma. They were looking at it as kind of first pass, and they were able to share, because we're a digital operation, they were able to share my image with 9 different pathologists across the country to make sure that this really was melanoma, especially because it's so early. You want to make sure that it's the correct call, and a false positive can have a lot of downside too. And so they all confirmed that it was a melanoma, and I was able to get treated right away. I mean, I was in for surgery 2 weeks later. Since it was so early, I'll likely have no repercussions from it, but that's why using diagnostics and improving diagnostics like we do is so important. And this, being a part of this company, probably saved my life. And I feel really fortunate to have an amazing team that works so hard to build technology to make all of these opinions possible, to make catching the melanoma retrospectively possible. That just simply didn't exist even a year ago.